Good afternoon. Today we are going to have a coding session on my Video Game Community Hub application. We are converting some of the functionality that was entirely handled by Ruby on Rails, and we're incorporating some JavaScript API communication so that we can send and receive commands and data without full page loads. So today we're going to focus on submitting form information through the API internally such that we can send data, create new objects in our database, and then render those on the page without a full load being required. So in this case, right now we're on the tags index page, and we are going to add a new tag through this form, submit it using this create tag button, and without a page load, we'll see the new tag render and add on to this table of indexed tags here. So to start things off, we will need to, go to our HTML page for our tags index and add in some HTML elements to receive our new information. So let's get in that area. Here we go. Okay. So here's where we're rendering our form. This is the partial. And what we're going to do for now is we're going to make an entirely separate table just so we can confirm our functionality here. And actually, I don't know if we need to do that. We can probably add in some table rows. Yeah, we're going to make a new table. Alright, and I do want to actually reference our video games. So it actually just made the body. So we're going to do that in tags. I've already done some work similar to this, at least as far as generating a table. And so I want to keep some of that consistent just so I'm not needing to rediscover different solutions to problems I've already solved. Okay, so got similarity there. Okay, I believe we will need an event listener as well. What I'm going to do is just make sure I'm keeping notes for my commits that I'm going to push through. So this is could be better, but it's something. Okay. So this is exciting. We're on our very first, writing our very first functions for our tags.js. So we're going to call this add tag. I think that seems reasonable. Then in this, we're going to add an event listener. Let's see. So right here, we are adding in a command to prevent the default, which would be submitting the form directly to the new tag controller. Instead, we're going to, we're basically hijacking that functionality to create some JSON from the collected data, and then we're going to work with that directly. I'm going to add a note here. What I'd like to do, I want to test this. Let's just see if we can get that to show. So we're going to open up our console window. It looks like we've already got some errors. Let's see. Length. We ignore that for the moment. I think that has to do with some of the JS I wrote for the video games page. Might be some refactoring and correcting I need to do there, but okay, so test. Okay, so currently we're still adding in that element, so let's see if we can figure out why. Oh, I don't think I'm calling this function at all. So I defined that behavior, but I hadn't called it. Let's see if that gives us any difference. Okay, test. Haha, okay, so we're successful. We've hijacked that functionality, so instead of creating an object and loading it into the index, we're now simply stating console log here. So that's exactly what we want. We'll go ahead and remove that. And what I'd like to do now is see what data we have stored in this. And I do mean this as in the element. Okay, so we've got the form. Doesn't look like I see. What we're looking at here, but that's okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hopefully serialize the data submitted on that form. See if we can observe what we're working with here. Okay, it doesn't like what we have here. Let me read this message. Conosol is not defined. Well, that's because I have a typo. Let's see if that was the only nature of our issue. Ooh, that's kind of clunky. Got an authenticity token, but we do have that value test. So I think that's correct. Now let's see, and I am working off of some examples here. Kind of help along the way. Okay. I doubt I'm gonna see what I want here, but I wanna see if I can view what we're working with as we go along. That's something. Okay, that's the same one here, so I think we're just getting a repeat of that initial. As a note, I think the nature of this error is that in the JavaScript I've written for the video games, I've basically, I think it's running on every single page regardless of whether or not it has the data it needs. And I think it ends up functioning okay when you're looking at the web pages, but I think some errors are going on the back end. Let me see if I can pull this up. This is an aside, I know, but it's something I want to address. So basically we've got the add video game function, and it's just every single time a page loads, it's running a get request on some data, and then trying to append it into an element called VG-title, VG-release-year, VG-console. Well, those elements aren't present on all pages. So it's attempting to do this and failing on every single page that doesn't have these elements. I think that's inefficient and only part of the way towards the full solution that I want to have, but I think that is connected to these errors that we're getting. And it may not, but anyway. Okay, so we are moving along with our adding of a tag. We've gotten some functionality presented here. Now what we need to do is create this next function. This is going to handle our response in here. We'll go ahead and put a semicolon there. Clean this out just so I can see things a little bit more cleanly. All right. Okay, so now we actually need to move into our controller. To hopefully that should be all that we're including in this commit when we get there. I'll make sure to keep my eyes on it so that we're not sending the wrong progression through in case we don't go that far or we go farther. Okay. So our tag show page, we've got that, that's nice. We're going to our create page. Interesting, we've already got some if logic showing here. So what I'd like to do, tags not valid, redirect to tags path else, enter index. Let's see, I'm doing some experimenting. I don't know the full consequences. But I want to try this out. I picked up a little testing that we can work with here. Let's see what we get on that end. Definitely love to see the data we're working with before it goes through. Test, what are you doing here? Doesn't like what I've just done. I don't like my deleting it. Huh. Okay, what I'd like to do is maybe comment this out. See if that causes a problem right here. Hey, there's test 2. Okay, it showed up. Interesting. Now I can't delete these. So what happened? Was it... might have been adding this in. Let's see if we can comment that out and regain some of our functionality on this page. Really doesn't like that. Let's do 3 while we're at it. Okay, test 3 is added in. Links clear cat. What? Visit localhost action replace. Is that? That's not the console log. It might be. Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, there's that. Okay, so it is still creating it. It just wasn't like a command that we're putting in. That's what we've got right there. For now, we're going to comment this out. Let's see if that's kind of interacting with what we're trying to do here. I really can't delete these. Oh, I think I see. So I think the hijacking that's causing on this create tag is also applying on these deletes. So I'm going to, how am I going to do this? I could try to give an ID to that form. That might be tricky. See if I can find the views. Home for tag do. You know what else I can do? Let's go to the console, or no, the elements. Do I have IDs for the form that exists on this page? Got a table here, and this is our form with an ID of new tag. Okay, so new tag is what we're doing. Let's see if instead of form, I can do new tag. What that I think means is it's only going to care about that first element. Ooh, I hope that's right. I hope that works. Ha ha ha! Sweet. Okay. Little mini successes go a long way. So let's delete all these test tags because I do not like them. And I don't want my page to get cluttered while I'm running tests like this. We can add a test tag. No, I didn't get anything. Okay, it's been added, so I think that's about where we were a moment ago. Not getting anything here, but I am getting a 201. Okay. So now what we would like to see, and this, I think this should be correct. Well, yeah, because I took out the, I've commented this out. So we're not going to see it added on the new index because we're not rendering the index after the command. What we want to see is my adding here. This is where we're going to add the tag in to the element I created. Let me find in my tags index, man. It's the tag table. Just to help myself out, try videogames.js. And I had a table I was adding into. This was a functionality that I used. I'm going to copy this because it's a little complicated to write from scratch, and then I can edit it. So we're doing tag table, and I like how I actually wrote this t-body, so I'm going to do that as well. I like the consistency I can get here. Move this over. So the tables exist, we just need to add the elements in. So we've got tag t-body, table row, see if we can live without row IDs, because we're not making that complicated a thing yet anyway. TD. These are links. For the moment though, we're just going to put the name in. So is it simple as I think we'll eventually want that second row in there. This could do it. Let's take a look. Test. Got added. Okay, no, still not working. Okay, it's added in there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Name. Okay, it's name. So hopefully it was just a syntax issue. That would be rad. Okay, so we're going to refresh these. We're going to delete these extra tags because I do not like them. What I'd really like to see is a new table flash in. I've still got console log, don't I? Why didn't it show up? Okay, we got this table at the bottom. Tag tbody. Aha! Okay. So this is why. Thank you, Mr. Elements. Delete this. Still didn't get it. What's different? Why didn't it work? Now it's just like invisible stuff. Okay, let's see if we can get that to console log out. Delete test. We're going to go to our console. Create. Okay, so test is showing there. So we're going to tag tbody, and it is an ID, right? Tbody ID equals tag tbody. Yeah, we are adding in those elements. So those elements are adding in. Oh, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I don't think those should be there. Blammo! Look at that. Woo! Okay. So that's the first little piece of our test that we needed to add in there. So now the next step is we can make this a class like our table above. And that should help with our formatting. And then This might be cheating. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to try to copy and paste in this Rails tag here and see if we can get that to render in this second TD. I mean, let's just try it. I don't expect it to work right away, but okay, it doesn't love what we've done, so let's take a look at why. What did we get? Hold on, am I looking at the right stuff? No. Okay, we need to bring down the container, bring down that, and then this T-body. Wait, what's happening here? Why don't we don't have our here it is. Nothing happened. It's completely blank, useless, and stupid. Okay, what happened here? I've tried to put that in. Might need to put it in like ticks, maybe like that. Let's see. Test 2 exists. Let's try test 3. Okay. Things were good before I added in this content, so let's delete that again. Let's see if we can get back to the good stuff. Let me double check here. And actually, we haven't finished this feature, but we've come to the end of our video code along. Hopefully this has demonstrated some of my work styles. And thank you very much.